5 minutes, guys. I'm starting up. Okay, just a minute.
प्लस इसके अलावा दोस्तों यहाँ पर अगर आप 200 रुपए भी डोमेस्टिक और इंटरनेशनल स्पेंड करोगे तो आपको ओनली 2 रिवॉर्ड पॉइंट्स देखने को मिल जाएंगे। यहाँ पर इन्होंने दो कैटेगरीज एक्सक्लूड की है, वो डोमेस्टिक ट्रांजेक्शन।
Hello. Just a minute. Yeah. Good evening, guys. Shall we begin the session now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll start up. Okay. So let the people join. I'm just beginning the session. Okay, guys. So good evening. Let's begin it. Okay. So yesterday, uh, we were looking into this. So I'll just brush it up once before we move further on this. Okay. So as you know that we have already started yesterday with the Databricks. So I'm using the Azure Databricks. Azure Databricks. So the Azure Databricks with what is that? PySpark. Okay. So I'm just beginning the session now. So now, guys, when you talk about the Databricks, that is nothing but the Azure Databricks. So when we talk about the Azure Databricks, it has the following properties. That means we can use this Azure Databricks with the following. What is that? We have it Azure Databricks session consisting of the following. What is that? The first one we can say it here as what is it, guys? Resource group. Resource group. And then we have the next one as what? Under the resource group, you will have what is it? Workspace. Under the workspace, we'll have the cluster. And under the cluster,
Sir, not able to see anything.
just a minute. I'm sharing you once again the screen, everyone. Now it's fine. Under the cluster, we have the, yes, guys,
Yes,
is
sir.
it visible now? Okay. Under the cluster, we have the notebook. Okay. So guys, these are the properties we have to define it. So before we go ahead, let us see the things here. Okay, guys. So let's begin this. So first of all, we have what is it? Resource group. So resource group is nothing but what? It is a main folder, guys, which is created. Okay, which is created upon the resource group only. Everything will be built up here, guys. Okay. So first of all, we have what is it? Resource group. We have what is that? The first one is the resource group. So resource group, on the resource group, that is on top of resource group, you can say. On top of the resource group, you have the workspace, guys. So what is workspace?
VPC.
Workspace, but exactly. Workspace is nothing but what? It is basically, it allows multiple users. What is that? It allows multiple users. Okay. Multiple users. It allows, I'm writing it once again. It allows multiple users to work into the session, to work into the, guys, to work into the session. It allows multiple users to work into the session. And okay, guys, we can have one or many workspaces, guys. Okay, we can have one or many workspaces. Okay, we can't like we cannot say that only workspace, one workspace. We can have one or multiple workspaces. We can have it for a session. The next one is what? Cluster. So what is cluster? That cluster,
VMs.
but what? Group of machines. Okay, guys, group of machines working like a single machine. Working like a single machine. Working like a single machine. What is it? Group of machines working like a single machine is called as a cluster, guys. What is that? Group of machines. That means you have many machines working like a single machine is called as what? Cluster. Is called as what, guys? Cluster. Okay. Group of machines working like a single machine. Group of machines working like a single machine here. Okay. So group of machines working like a single machine. So how many machines you can have it, guys? Two machines here. What is that? The first one is what? Huh? Master node, guys. Everyone, what is it? Master node.
Master and worker.
And the second one is what?
Worker.
Work. So, guys, for a session, you can have what? Only one master node. Make sure there will be always one master node. but worker nodes can be many, guys. Worker nodes can be, what is it? Many worker nodes. You can have what? Many worker nodes, but only single one master node. Okay. So that means this is the only one master node which controls, okay, guys, which controls the whole session here. Okay, guys. So we can say what's it? Master node and the worker node. So these are the, guys, these are the, yes, everyone, these are the two nodes you can have it. And whereas the third one, upon all these, guys, upon all this, everyone, upon all this, what is the next one you have it? Tell me. Yes, please. What is the next one you have it upon this, guys? On top of this, you have what, everyone? Exactly. Very good. Notebook. So notebook is what? Basically, guys, everyone, notebook is nothing but the user interface book. It is called as what? UI book. It is called as a user interface book, where the user writes all the commands, where the user writes, what's it? All the commands here. What are the commands we can say, guys? We can write all the commands. What are the commands you can say? Using the Python, using the R, and using, what is that? Python, R, yes, Scala, and then you can have, what is it? Even SQL. Okay, and apart from this, we can also write the PySpark coding. But PySpark is basically written on the, guys, but the PySpark is written basically on the Python notebook only. That's it. Okay, these are the all the, guys, the descriptions we have it. So let's begin the practicals on this, guys. So I'm just starting up the practical here. So just a minute. Let me just use this. I'm just taking up some another window. 1 minute, guys. I'll be just reconnecting it to. So guys, here you have WhatsApp, everyone. So I'm just starting up the browser here. Huh? So let's see here. So I'm starting up. So guys, this is called as what? Portal.azure.com. This is called as what? Portal.azure.com. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay, guys. So this is the session you have it. So let's begin this. So to begin with, what is it we have to do, everyone? So first of all, to begin with, uh, first of all, create the resource group, guys. You can create individually the resource group here, or else you can start up the session and you can do it here. Okay. So I'm using the resource group. Everyone, just create the resource group here and click on the create. And now, guys, mention any name of your choice. Okay. So I'm using Samir. Uh, RG. What is it? Samir Resource Group. Any name you can use it, but I'm using my name as the resource group here. Click on the create. That's it, guys. See, it's ready here. The resource group is ready. So there is once the resource group is ready, guys, and now I'm starting up everyone. Once the resource group is ready, I'm starting up the another one. I'm taking the separate browser here. You can use the same browser as well. There is no specific hard and fast rule where you have to open it in a new browser. Just to avoid the confusion, I'm just taking up this new browser. That's it, guys. Once it is done, I'm having this Azure Databricks icon. And if you could not find it here, just type it here, Azure Databricks, you will get it here. Okay. So it makes no difference because once you started the subscription, you may not have everything listed here on the top. Because if you keep on using it frequently, with that frequency only, will this one will be available. So I'm using the Azure Databricks, guys. And now click on the create. And select the resource group, guys. Okay, so I'm using the resource group as what? Samir resource group, which you have already created. Now, guys, the next one is you can mention any workspace name. Any name you can use it, but I'm using a name which I've already used it, Samir Workspace. This is the name I have used it, guys. So I can use what is that? Samir Workspace. I can use what is that? Samir Workspace. Okay. Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Sorry, guys. So, okay, I'm using the resource group, guys. Everyone, can you see it? So I'm using what's it? Resource group. So resource group is already selected here because if you are, see, you have a choice of creating a new resource group here itself. You can create a, guys, you can create, can you see here? You can create a resource group here itself. Okay. If you want, you can create it here, or else you can also create it individually like this. Okay. Okay, guys. So once it is ready, so come here down, guys. One more thing. Generally, what is the issue here is, can you see here when we talk about this? That is nothing but the region. So if this is not supporting, sometimes happens here, East US data center it's not supporting for this, so you can change it here, any data center of your choice. You can use any data center, guys. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to use this region. Okay, but always advise to use the US region only, because for more faster this thing, okay, the US region will work. But I'm using the central India as the data center here. No problem, it works. So pricing tier is premium. That is nothing but role based. Okay, this premium means my subscription is a paid subscription, hence I'm using this premium. That's it, guys. So once it is done, everyone, once it is done, so okay, just click on the review and create it. So I'm just repeating once again, guys. So here can you see, here I'm just creating the resource group first. Once the resource group is done, then you have to click on what is that, everyone. Then you have to click on what is that, this one. Then you have to click on the Azure Databricks icon, which you can find it here, guys. So once it is done, So can you see this window will come here. So I'm using the resource group, and then I'm using the that is nothing but the name, the workspace name of our choice, whatever it may be. And finally, I'm using the data center as the Central India, but you can change it anything. Now select, click on the review and create it, guys. That's it. Okay. Create it now. Can you see it? Now this workspace creation will take some time here. So guys, this is the can you see it? Can you see here? First of all, we have the Azure Databricks session. So we create resource group first. Upon the resource group, we have workspace. Upon the workspace, we use the cluster. Upon the cluster, we have the notebook here, guys. Okay. So that's it. So just wait here for resource group to create. And once the resource group is created, then we'll move further, guys. Okay. Okay, so it's creating just a minute. This will take some time, anyways, because 5 to 8 minutes time it will take. So you need not worry on this. This will take 2 to 3 minutes time for, because actually this job is done by the by the admin team, not ultimately by a data engineer. But we should know this process because all the roles we are going to play it here. So hence, okay, I'm just showing you as a part of this. Just wait here. And moreover, the secondary reason is that every day I'll be deleting it, this one. Why? Because of the cost reasons. If I retain this again, I have to, that is, things will be built on me, so I have to pay this bill. So hence, I'm just, what I'll do is I'll just delete this. So I'll show you the procedure how to delete as well. So right now, let's wait here and see the process of creation is done. Guys, I'm just refreshing this. Now it's done, guys, everyone. So it's done. So now, once it is done, click on the go to resource. So this will drives you back to the workspace. This is your workspace, guys. Wherein I'll just walk you through on this. Can you see here? These are all the documentations you have it. Okay, documentation, getting started documentation, import documentation, import data from Azure storage, notebook, admin guide. These are all documentations, nothing okay else here. And the above information, what you can see here, this is the basics, the workspace. That means this workspace is created, the status is active, and the resource group upon which this workspace is created, and the location of this, and the subscription you have it, and this is a subscription ID you have it, and manage resource group is your URL here, and price entire. Now guys, what is the price entire? This is the premium anyways. URL means what? Can you share? This is the, guys, everyone, this is the URL you have to click, so it will drive you back to this particular workspace. Now guys, I'm launching it. Launching means starting the workspace, so just click on the launch now. Now guys, it's done now, everyone. So now what is the next thing you have it? Can you see, everyone? So here I have, what is it? Okay, guys. So here can you see we have, what's it, resource group. Upon the resource group, you have the workspace. Upon the workspace, you have the cluster, and upon the cluster, you have the notebook. So guys, these are all the things we have it. Okay, resource group, workspace, cluster, and the notebook. Okay, this is the hierarchy. So now already we have created the workspace. Today we will see how to create the cluster and notebook upon the same. That means we will prepare the whole session today. So guys, here can you see this is the one we have it. So left to blade, see from left to blade, can you see the button called compute, everyone? Please respond, guys, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So compute is there from the left to blade. This is called as the left to blade. You can see the compute. So click on this compute. Now here you will get the cluster information. What is it? These are all the information you have it. Now I'll write it down, the note for it. Okay. Cluster. Basically, when you talk about the cluster, guys, I'm just typing it here below, everyone. Types of clusters. Types of clusters. The first one is what? Types of cluster is what? Everyone. Types of cluster. Types of cluster is what? The first one is all purpose cluster. All purpose cluster. The first one is called as the all purpose cluster, guys. And the second one you have, what is it? Just a minute. Notepad is not visible. Huh? Just a minute. Man. Okay. All purpose cluster. And the second one is called as what? Job cluster. And the third one is what? All purpose cluster, job cluster, SQL, warehouse cluster. So guys, I'm using SQL warehouse cluster. And then you have the fourth one is the pool cluster. Guys, these are all the clusters we have it. Now, anyways, we learn all of them one by one, but generally we use here the all-purpose cluster. Means what? What in the all-purpose cluster? Multi-purpose cluster. That means this cluster is used for what? Everything. Okay. To run a job, we use this. To run a SQL query, we use this. For any kind of thing, we use the all-purpose. The name it itself represents that all-purpose cluster. The name it itself represents what's it? All-purpose cluster. The same thing. Can you see here? All-purpose cluster is there. Job cluster is there. SQL. Can you see here? SQL warehouse cluster is there. Everyone. SQL warehouse cluster is there. And vector search is there. This, anyways, what is the vector search? I'll tell you, but this is not the cluster. So these are the clusters: all-purpose cluster, job cluster, SQL warehouse cluster, and the pool. These are the four clusters you have it. What are the policies? Policies are nothing but some restrictions. So you have any idea about the constraints, guys? You have the idea about the constraints, rules, regulations. So we can give it. Okay, some rules and regulations and some constraints we can give it here. Okay, guys, that's it now. Okay.
Is it like a security group?
Yeah, pardon me, please.
Sir, can you consider policies as a security group like that?
Now, policies are nothing but restrictions. Suppose you are 15 people here. I want to give some of you the access to, basically, that is, I want to give some of you permissions to access another cluster also. That is called as cluster policies. Some rules and some regulations, some privileges, you can say. Okay. That anyways, we will learn in detail about the policies, how do we define the cluster policies, everything. Now, at this point of time, let's go with the general unrestricted policies. No policy right now. Simple, I'm creating all-purpose cluster is there, and click on the cluster, create cluster, guys. Click on the create cluster. So once you have clicked on the create cluster, guys, can you see it? This is the name. By default, it's taking, but as per the subscription name, it takes. But I don't want to use a subscription name. For that, I'm just using it. Okay. Samir cluster. Samir cluster is the name I'm using it. See, policies unrestricted means no policy at all right now. If you want, you can define the policy: personal compute, power user compute, shared compute, legacy shared computer. What are all this? I'll tell you one by one. We will see, guys. Okay. And now, as just go back to this notepad file here, everyone. I hope you people are able to see this notepad. Now, can you see here? I told you that the cluster are of two types. That is, cluster has two type of machine. What are the machines you have it? Master node and worker node, guys. What is that? Master node and worker node. As you know that master node is the main machine. Worker nodes are what? Nodes, you can say, not single node. You can have one or many, guys. You can have one or many worker nodes. So you can have many worker nodes. Okay. So whereas these worker nodes works on the instructions of the master node. So here I'm just doing it. Can you see here, guys? Cluster we have already created. So multi-mode means what? Which consisting of the master node and worker node. So here you can see minimum workers are 2, maximum workers are 8. Means what? This is the worker node and this is the master node. Driver node is nothing but the other name for the driver node is what? Worker node. The other name for the driver node is what?
Worker.
Master node. Driver is master, no? Hello.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes.
So, can you see here? Here you have what's that? Worker node. This is the version used by the worker node, and this is the driver node. So always you will have one driver and you will have multiple worker nodes. You will have what's it? Multiple worker nodes. Now, I'll do one thing now. So 2 and 8 means what? Suppose, for example, there is a piece of work, construction work is going on. Somewhere, a piece of construction work is going on. Everyone, just concentrate here. To complete that piece of work, I have called 5 workers. Now tell me, at the end of the day, for how many workers do I need to pay?
5.
5.
5 workers. Now, second day, I called the 5 workers again. Now I realized that only 3 workers is needed now, but 5 workers has come. Now tell me, at the end of the day, for how many workers do I need to pay?
5.
5.
5. So that means 2 workers I'm paying extra. It's not needed for me. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
So now here measuring how many workers are needed to complete the piece of work is nothing but called as what? Basically, this is called as what? Scaling. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can we call it as scaling?
Not
In
Yes,
sir.
sir.
fact, the same thing here, it is does here. Enable auto scaling means what? When you enable this auto scaling, it will automatically measure how many workers are needed. Though you are giving minimum is 2 and maximum is 8, automatically how many workers is needed to process the data based on the volume of the data. This will automatically takes, and rest of the workers will be released here. The rest of the workers will be released. So you need not pay for all the workers. You need not pay for what? All 8 workers. Now, if I disable this, see how many workers are there by default? 8.
8.
That means at the end of the day, you have to pay for all 8 workers. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
To avoid that, we have the option called enable auto scaling. So can you see two minimum is 2, maximum is 8. Between 2 to 8, it will search, no problem. Now the next one, what is that you have, guys? Terminate after 120 minutes. That means if I'm creating this cluster and this cluster is not in use for continuous 120 minutes, means for 2 hours. If this is not in use for 2 hours, guys, if this is not in use for 2 hours, automatically this will be disabled. It will be terminating. Terminating is not deleting, guys. Terminating is a process where simply for the time being it inactivates. It what done? Inactivates. You can reactivate also. You can reactivate also. Suppose there is a SIM card, guys. You are not using it. So you will ask the customer care to disable it or deactivate it presently. After 3 months, you find the necessity. Can you reactivate that SIM? Can you
Yes.
reactivate that SIM? The same thing here also. The cluster will be there, but no active. When there is no active cluster, Databricks is not going to charge. Okay. So for that, you can reduce the time, guys. It is 120 minutes and you can reduce it to whatever you want. Minimum is 15 minutes. Okay. So you can just give it, no problem. So today I will not go into that much depth. So one by one we will see it. Okay, once we go into this. Once it is done, guys, can you see it? And now this is the version. So what is the version? Standard D4 DS underscore V5 with 16 GB and 4 cores. Cores means what, guys? Partitions here. 4 cores means partitions. So I want lesser than that because my system does not support here. So I will take 14 GB, 4 cores. For both the worker and the master node, this is the version you have it. Simply click on the create now. See, guys. So, guys, this will take 2 to 3 minutes. This will also take because the process is like this. We can't do anything on this. Okay. So we have to wait.
Sir, what is that access mode?
Which one?
Access mode, single user, multi-user, like. isolated. This one.
I will tell you. I will tell you. See, I'm not discussing all this. Why? Because I want
Hmm.
to go step by step. Just wait.
Okay.
I will discuss all these icons. I will discuss what is libraries, what is event log, what is Spark UI, driver logs, metrics, apps. I'll discuss all of them one
Okay.
by one. Today, just I wanted to show you how to create the cluster and how to install and how to start the notebook.
Okay.
And one by one, we'll see tomorrow. Don't worry. So just wait here, guys, everyone. It will take some, it's taking time. We'll have to wait it. There is no other go. It's creating just a minute. Wait. Just a minute, guys. It's taking, it's creating. It will come. I don't know. The problem might be, you see. Now, guys, everyone see here. The right mark, which represents in green color, represents that the cluster is ready. You want to see this? See here. The cluster is running. Can you see here, guys, everyone? Here you have a button to terminate it. Terminate or delete, you can do it anyways, okay? And this is the termination button. You can terminate this one. Terminate means stopping it. If it is terminated, then the Databricks is not going to charge for an idle cluster. Anyways, now let's not do that. Now, upon this cluster, guys, everyone, upon this cluster, I will create a notebook. So for that, go on to the top. Here you can see the plus button. Click on this, use a notebook. Now, guys, cluster, sorry, sample notebook. Any name you can give it here. Guys, currently, what is the language of the notebook, guys, everyone? Can you see here?
Python.
Python. Just scroll it. You can use it in SQL. You can use it in Scala. You can use it in R. Okay. Or else you can use a cell also. Can you say this is called as a cell? This is called as a cell, guys. So this cell is running in Python language, and this cell, I'll change it the language here, Scala. Can you see here? Scala. And I'll use another cell here. I'll change it here as a R. I'll use another cell. I'll change it to SQL. These are the cells you have it. Now, guys, I'll write some sample code here. Everyone, I'll write some sample code here. So can you see here? I'm writing some sample code. Print off. This is a notebook running on Python. So use, this is a simple code I'm writing, simple printing command. See here, shift enter, you can use it to run the cell, or else you will have the button here. You can click this button as well. See here, everyone. Waiting means it's processing. It's processing, guys. Just a minute. Once it is started, it will be faster, no problem. Can you see? This is a notebook running on Python cluster. Got it? And the same way, Scala. I'm writing print ln line. This is a notebook running on Scala. See here, got it now? And R, print notebook. Simple. See here, got it now, everyone? Yeah, guys, following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you can use all the languages here. You can use the, SQL language commands, create, alter, drop, insert, update, delete, select. All these commands you can use it, and such as grant, revoke, all these commands you can use it, guys. Okay, so this is how the complete database session we can start up. And what are the rest of the things, we will discuss it one by one. Okay, guys. And tomorrow we'll join at the same 7 p.m. and you will have the different link. I'll just mail you the links, guys. You can check it out. I'll mail you the next link, whatever you have it. Okay. Using that link, you can join it tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, the same time, guys. Thank you, everyone, for the session.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.